Cashaluna, and today is my 30th birthday. 30 seemed like such a daunting number, but now that it's finally here, I feel this weird sense of calm and ease. I used to think I'd want to hop into a time machine and relive my youth, but as I've gotten older, I realized that growing wiser, experiencing new moments, and evolving into a more authentic version of myself is way more fulfilling than clinging on to the past or some weird societal vanity reasons. So to celebrate this milestone, I thought I'd share 7 of the most important life lessons I've learned throughout my 20s. These are the lessons I wished someone had whispered in my ear while I was navigating the roller coaster of life. So let's dive in. Number 1, be vulnerable. It is the only way to form meaningful and deep connections. A meaningful and truly deep connection is not possible without opening yourself up to be vulnerable. Sure, it is really easy to create a facade of yourself, to show yourself only from the side that you deem most perfect. But that version of you is a fabrication. I always worried that other people would see my flaws and that they wouldn't like me anymore. And I had this toxic obsession with being perfect. I was ashamed of a lot of my weaknesses and flaws. I was ashamed of my anxiety, of my clumsiness, of the way that I even walked, of sometimes being completely spaced out in my mind, of my sensitivity, and my very strong emotions. But I realized that if someone is going to love me, I want them to love me for who I truly am. Bonds aren't based on superficiality, but on genuine understanding and empathy. It is impossible to be perfect, and the deeper the bond you create, the more flaws will show up for both you and the person involved. The beauty of a lasting and strong friendship or relationship is that that person loves you all the same, despite it all. I think that vulnerability is the key to feeling truly seen by the people that you love. Number 2, there is power in self-examination. You know, Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." And now I finally see the truth in his words. If you want to understand the quality of your life, put down all the distractions. Your phone, your computer, turn off the TV, and just sit with yourself. No distractions, just you. And yeah, I get it. It's uncomfortable and sometimes even a little bit terrifying. Suddenly, there's nothing to drown out the thoughts that you've been avoiding, the doubts you've been pushing aside. It's no wonder that oftentimes meditation feels like a battle, because it is. Sometimes in that silence, you're finally face to face with all of the stuff that you've buried deep. But here's the thing. Self-examination isn't just about staring your demons in the eye. It's about getting up, dusting yourself off, and making the tough decisions to change. Maybe that means walking away from what's comfortable, or letting go of that job, that habit, or that person that you've outgrown. And it can be extremely messy, and it's hard, but in tearing down what no longer fits, you're making room for a life that's lighter, more genuine, and you make room for leveling up as a person. Number 3, great communication is the most important skill you can have in life. Communication is everything. Whether it's with friends, your family, or a partner, being open about your feelings and concerns is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Bottling up how you feel can lead to massive resentment over time, and neither you nor the person in question deserves that kind of treatment. I have fallen victim to this, especially as someone who mortally hates confrontation, and I mean I hate confrontation. But sometimes it is necessary. It is necessary to save your relationship. But also, not to be dramatic, but if you communicate your feelings and they are dismissed or if they are distorted, then you should really reevaluate if that person is even worth keeping in your life. And so, effective communication will allow you to address and fix problems that you might otherwise allow to fester and grow into something far more damaging. It creates a space where misunderstandings can be cleared, boundaries can be set, and genuine understanding can take root. It's not always easy, but it's the only way to truly nurture relationships that are built on honesty, respect, and true connection. Number 4, don't spend money that you don't have. Okay, I know that this one might sting a little. We live in a world where everything's a click away, and patience, that just feels like a lost art. I've been there, trust me. I am the queen of add to cart, and the thrill of seeing that package arrive at my door. Even when I forgot what I've ordered, it felt so good for maybe about 5 minutes. And I used to convince myself, why wait? Swiping that credit card or hitting buy now, pay later felt like a quick fix, a way to chase that dopamine hit. But here's the catch. Every swipe was just pulling me further away from financial peace and freedom, and even deeper into clutter that I definitely didn't need. Learning to say no wasn't easy, and it's still not easy. At first, it felt like I was missing out. But the more I practiced it, the more I started to recognize the difference between a real want and a passing craving. Paying in full, it feels like a victory, a way of honoring myself and what truly matters. So these days, when I feel that urge to buy something, I toss it on my wish list and I just let it sit. If I still want it after a while, and if I can afford it outright, then yeah, it's mine. But if not, letting it go actually feels so much better than any impulse buy ever did. Number 5, stop wasting your energy on gossip. Here's the truth about gossip. It's a toxic habit that does more harm than we realize to others and to ourselves. When we indulge in it, we become small, feeding on the details of someone else's story instead of focusing on writing our own. And let's be honest, if someone is eager to spill secrets or to criticize others with you, chances are they're just as quick to share your business behind your back. I learned this the hard way. There was a time I thought I had found a confidant in someone who always had the juiciest stories to tell. But soon enough, I realized that I'd become one of their stories too, just another subject for them to dissect when I wasn't around. Number 6, do not be afraid of failure. So I heard this story about Sarah Blakely, the CEO of Spanx, who by society's measure would be the epitome of success. She is someone who took a dream, she built it from scratch, and turned it into this flourishing empire, amassing a fortune that most of us would only fantasize about. But what truly struck me about her tale wasn't her achievements, it was something much deeper. She revealed that growing up, her father would greet her every day after school with the same question: what did you fail at today? He wasn't interested in her triumphs or her accolades. He didn't care about what went smoothly or what she excelled in. All he wanted to hear about were her attempts, the risks that she took, and the moments that she stumbled. And every time she shared her failures, her father would celebrate them. He would cheer for her efforts no matter how imperfect, instilling in her the belief that trying and failing was something to be proud of. Hearing this made me reflect on my own life. For so long, I have been shackled by the fear of failure. I was convinced that my value as a person was wrapped up in flawless execution. I avoided anything that might expose my imperfections or weaknesses, choosing the safe path over the one that demanded courage. But here's the truth. When you start seeing failure as a part of the process, when you recognize that life isn't about flawless performances, but about the willingness to try, to stumble, and to learn, you begin to breathe a little easier. You stop judging yourself so harshly, and suddenly life shifts from being a series of tests that you're terrified to fail to becoming an adventure that you are eager to experience. And in that shift, you discover a bit more freedom to grow, to try, and to simply be. Because failing at the end of the day is okay. It is what shapes us. It's what teaches us resilience and helps us understand who we truly are. It's through those moments of stumbling that we gain the courage to stand taller, to evolve, and to become the most authentic versions of ourselves. Number 7, and this is my most favorite one, is never settle when it comes to love. So think about it. This is the person that you'll share your mornings with, the one who will stand by you when your dreams are within reach or when they slip through your fingers. This is the individual who will witness your best and your worst, who will be there in moments of triumph and in moments when you're shattered, struggling to piece yourself back together. So, how is it that we can spend more time choosing the right shade of paint for our stupid walls or the perfect vacation destination than we do reflecting on who we want to entrust with the most precious currency that we have, our time? Your time, your minutes, your hours, your days is something that you can never get back. It's the most precious resource that once spent is forever gone. And in the end, it won't matter which university you attended or how many promotions that you earned. What will matter is who stood beside you, who held your hand through the storms, and who made even the most mundane moments feel extraordinary. And not to be dramatic, but when you're lying on your deathbed, you won't be reminiscing about the accolades you achieved or the titles you've held. You'll most likely be thinking about the person who made this journey worthwhile, the one who loved you fearlessly and fiercely, who shared your laughter and walked with you through every high and low. Your life partner isn't just another item on a checklist or a box to tick off just because it's expected. They are the person who will either lift you higher or weigh you down, will either ignite your soul or dim your light. I waited 28 years to find my special someone, and every single moment of waiting was worth it. There were voices around me, people who judged, who told me that I was getting older, that I should be out there dating more, trying to fit into some arbitrary timeline. But deep down, I knew what I wanted. I wasn't just waiting for any love, I was waiting for a spark, a mesmerizing chemistry, someone who in my gut felt unmistakably right. But here's the thing. You definitely don't have to wait as long as I did. The lesson is not about waiting, but it is about being intentional and discerning, to look deeper beyond surface level qualities, beyond who simply just checks a box or fix a mold. It's not about finding someone who's just fun or very attractive or someone who is simply convenient and lives next door. It's about finding a connection that truly resonates, someone who feels right in every sense, someone who will help you grow instead of draining your energy. The right person will make you feel safe to be yourself. They won't try to change you into something you're not or make you feel like you need to impress them by conforming to something that doesn't align with who you are. They will make you feel fully comfortable, like you have finally come home. Instead of wanting to change for them, they will inspire you to grow for yourself. They'll encourage you to be vulnerable. not because they demand it, but because they will love you through every moment of it. So the lesson is to take your time, be deliberate, be uncompromising, because a life partner isn't just about having someone to share your bed with at night or a name to put on a silly wedding invitation. It's about who you'll share your heart, soul, dreams, and fear with. It's about finding the one who will make every second of this wild, unpredictable life feel like it was worth living. And so that's a wrap on the 7 lessons that have shaped my 20s. I truly hope that these insights resonate with you, whether you are a teenager or if you're currently navigating your 20s, or even if you're far, far beyond them. Life has a way of teaching us in the most unexpected moments, and if you're willing to listen, there's so much to be learned. I know that I'm still learning so much, and I have so much more to learn. There are countless other things I'd love to talk to you about, and so I might film a part 2 or a part 3. We shall see, but remember that every year, every decade brings a new chapter, and it's never too late to rewrite your story. And anyone who is watching this on November 8th, thank you so much for spending this moment with me on my birthday. And if you're watching after, thank you as well. Your support means the world to me, and I'm beyond excited to keep sharing this journey with all of you. Until next time, I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.